I want to ask my stepdad to adopt me. I would like some advice. English is my second language. Sorry in advance. My mom married my stepdad when I was 12. I'm now 22. I have a sister that comes from that marriage, and my stepdad is an absolute angel. Has been there for me even when I made some bad decisions. He has never made me feel like I had to call him dad, nor was expecting it. He just made it really clear that he was there for me if I ever needed it. He paid for my education and would wake me up every day at 5 a.m. so he could drive me to school because I started at 7. He is truly an amazing partner to my mom and an amazing dad to me and my sister. Now I call him dad. I love him and am beginning to consider him to adopt me in the future. Parentheses, don't know how and when, but I want to be his daughter, take his last name, and remove my biological last name since I've always felt like an outsider to my whole family, and my relationship with him now makes me feel like I have a father figure and a special bond with someone I can call dad. Here's where I have a bit of a problem. Although I have no relationship with my biological father, I do have it with my uncle, who I'm very close to since he is my age. Son of my grandpa's second marriage and my grandpa. He is a wonderful man. He has always stayed in contact with me and my mom, has always made sure I'm always okay, and now he is helping me to pay for college. We talk on a regular basis, and he has always wished well for my mom and my family. He's a bit old school, and although he has never interfered on that fact that I want nothing to do with my dad, he has mentioned a couple of times that, quote, forgiveness is something that we are all capable of, and that he's sure there is forgiveness in my heart, and that, quote, he would love if I could find peace in my heart to talk to my dad someday. I've always left my feelings clear and set a boundary. I've been meaning to tell him that I want my stepdad to adopt me, but I have a feeling he might get upset or sad. But in my heart, I want my stepdad to be my dad, legally and everything. A part of me is holding back since I don't want my grandpa to be upset or anything, but at the end of the day, I am ready to be my stepdad's daughter. That is what I want. If I remember correctly, Jerry is also a stepdad, and I would love your perspective and advice. Help.
You know, and I speak to you, OP, forgiveness in your heart is welcomed. And that's great. But you taking your stepdad's last name is not because of anger or bitterness to your biological father. It's to the respect of the relationship that you formed with your stepdad. He's your dad. He's the one that you call dad. Yours truly over here, she knows both her father and she knows me as her dad. And the guy that got up in the morning when she was 1 year old to change her, from the moment she was born, was this guy you're looking at. She is my daughter. I don't look at her as a stepdaughter. I don't look at her brother as a stepson. I have 3 kids. It's simple because when you have that relationship, that gift that you share with your stepdad, it says it all. Now, Morgan has adoption papers that I found the other day, and she's waiting for the judge to sign it or for her to go see the judge, who's, by the way, someone that's close to us. But, they're there. And far as you talking to your stepdad, he is going to be nothing but honored. And you can do it now. When Morgan actually brought this up to me, I said, I think she was 12 at the time that this conversation happened. I said, when you're 18, the papers are here. And when you are an adult and you want to sign them, I'm honored for you to take my last name. My hesitation is only that you are an adult when you make this decision and that you make it with all the ability that comes with it. But I'm your dad either way. The paper is not going to make a difference. And far as your uncle or your grandfather goes, I think you share with them the fact that what this fella put into it and that you love them, and there's nothing against your love for your grandfather or your uncle. They are your grandfather and they're your uncle. But you also have to be respectful to the relationship that this man has done for the years of your life that he's been there for you. And I'm glad and I'm so pleased to hear that you have that relationship with him. It's beautiful. And it warms my heart. And obviously there was something about this story that Morgan saw to bring it to our attention. I couldn't be prouder of my daughter, and I can tell you that your stepfather could be no less proud of you and glad that you're in his life, because it fills our life. And you have filled my life. And and you bring me delight every day.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
Okay.
More than I already do on your podcast and mine. So if you were gonna give OP a script, how would you word it to her grandfather breaking the news?
Straightforward, just say that I love you. This is nothing against forgiveness for my dad. The relationship that I have with him or he has with me is what we'll make of it. But that's not to take away the fact that this fella has been my father daily, day in and day out. And I'm giving him this gift. That's it. And it's not that I don't love you. I love you and you are my grandfather. I recognize that. And if she says that with conviction, and obviously she feels it, so conviction won't be hard for you. You're going to pass the message right along with your eyes because they'll dance when you say it.
What if OP's grandfather says, you know what? If that man is your father, I want nothing to do with you.
I don't think that's possible.
But let's imagine what if.
Okay. Then that's on him. That's on him.
It's his loss.
It's his loss. This is something that, she's not being manipulated by the gifts that he's giving her with school and all that. That's not what this is about. He does that out of love, not because of anything else. He is, and when she says, I am your granddaughter, I love you. And this has nothing to do with anything against my love for you or punishing my biological father. This is simply as this man is my dad. He was there daily, and I have to do this. And I hope you'll understand. And I do believe that's the script. I'm not trying to be a writer of a...
You're not putting words in her mouth.
No, but
their mouth.
I think that you can feel where I'm going with this. And I think it will
I don't
work.
think they never mention gender, so their mouth. His mouth, her mouth, their mouth. No gender is mentioned. So, yeah, I think rightfully so. So when asking OP, do you have an ideal outcome? I'd love if I could be adopted by stepdad and have grandpa be happy for me. I just don't see it ending like that. I'm not really good when it comes to talks about this matter, since it has always been a sensitive subject for me. But I am firm on my decision, and I would love some advice from you on how to get this conversation started. Would I be in the wrong for turning, quote, against my grandpa and his family just because my dad left? Help. Would your advice change at all?
No.